The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, greetings and salutations, everyone. I know we're having a little bit of some hiccups here and there. We're trying to get it fixed as much as we can, but I'm Ravina, the Goth Furycorn, and I'm the storyteller here, and I have a lovely cast tonight. So why don't we just get to it and start introducing our cast?
Hello, I'm Maddox, and I will be playing Cullen Douglas, Dear Fiona Aroon, and still a moody teenager.
I'm Beth, Drop Stitch Witch on things. I'm playing Kat Sullivan, who is our Stargazer Philitox.
Hey everybody, I'm Will, I'm the Ravenous Archon. I'll be playing Howard Sanders, the group's Glasswalker Theurge.
I'm Brad, Timber Brad 411 in chat, and I'll be playing Plays with Danger, the Bonar Lupus Ragapesh.
Hey everybody, I am Relindare on socials, and I am in Twitch chat as Mama McStabber. I'll be playing Calliope Monroe, the Galliard of the Silverfangs tribe.
We've got a lot coming at you today, and this being our premiere episode, episode 1, Walking with the Ghost. So we will get to that in just a second. And we're back with our lovely trailer given to us by the Shanky McStabber. So, here we are. We are going to be telling a wonderful werewolf story. Let's start with where we were. We had a fantastic pack basically sacrifice friends and enemies in some form or fashion to try and save the world. If that Bane spirit woke up, who knows what would have happened. I think the apocalypse would have finally came and swept us all. And for a brief but fleeting moment, we had some modicum of teamwork between Uktena and Fianna. It was amazing, but to be honest, we all knew it was only going to last a couple of months before someone would say something about someone's mother, and then everyone was no simpatico. Due to this, our lovely pack had tried to help keep the commitments. Tried to help get them to understand that they needed to work together, that this wasn't just a one and done sort of deal. But unfortunately, it's, what have you done for me lately? Instead of, what did you do for me 6 months ago? Unfortunately, that led to a lot of frustration and a lot of hurt. And hence why the remaining pack members, or I should say Colin and Plays with Danger, decided to seek better ways. Somewhere where they might actually be able to do some good. Or at least, stop getting annoyed all the time with the world's problems. Werewolves have a hard time with that, though. They always seem to either be the stirrers of shit, or the ones that are just standing in front of the fan. Jonathan decided to try and figure this out, as our Galliard would. He tried, still has hope, basically, for the team to come together and work as one. So he gave you the keys to his newly refurbished truck. Specifically Colin. The keys. And reminded him to make sure he does test the brakes every now and then. But new horizons and new beginnings come as they leave the sleepy city of Cody, or at least sleepy to humans, and made their way somewhere else. But we're actually not going to start with them, as their trip is long, hard, and probably filled with trash and coffee grounds.
And Plays with Danger's head sticking out of the window.
Yes. As Motley Crue Kickstart My Heart plays on the radio. Since, Colin has thumbs. We are actually going to start with some of our new players. Or I should say our new characters. Because some people are returning and others are new to the stream. So why don't we start with Maui Howie?
Hot dog.
So Maui, you've made your way from Hawaii all the way to the main continent. And now you're in Wyoming? Of all places.
Of all places.
What was your calling? What was the vibe check for Maui Howie?
How can I ignore a place called Soda Lake? Like, I need to see if it's made of soda.
That's
spoilers. It's not.
That was a bit of a wasted trip, wasn't it? It wasn't even fizzy.
I'm here.
But you're here.
Do what we can. The conch knows.
And the conch has led you through time and time again. Would you say that Maui has driven or hitchhiked?
Oh, hitchhiked.
This whole way.
Yeah.
Did he take a boat from Hawaii to
the
States?
Yeah. I spent some time with my family in Cali for a little bit. And then things changed. Needed to switch scenery. It's only so much ocean a man can take.
You need to see the air. Or at least
you're surrounded by oceans. You gotta see something else.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, Casper is not the nicest place, but I assume that you on the way from Soda Lake are probably walking along the roadway.
Not a single ghost in sight either. What a badly named city.
I know, right? What a jip.
2 for 2.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. I'm sure it'll be fun. Everything will be fine.
Oh, is that my little spider dude?
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah,
Rock
that
on.
little spider dude. This has been fun. All nestled up right next to your ear, you can hear and you can feel the familiar as it's running across. Where does your spider dude like to hide when things get sketchy?
If I'm wearing a shirt, definitely on the inside collar. Right here.
Yeah.
Right at the base of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not wearing a shirt, then the back of my hand.
Okay. Yeah.
Safest place.
Another thought is when things get really scary, they'll hide in the conch.
That's why I bring it.
Yeah. You taught your spider. Have you named this spider?
If I think it is a male persona, it's probably named Wilbur. If it's a female persona, that's definitely named Charlotte.
There have been some incidences where you've gotten Wilbur or Charlie. Kind of fluctuating. As much as this Weaver Spirit is an agent of order, it also picks up the vibe that you put down and the vibe of the area around. So sometimes it looks a little more natural, other times it looks a little more constructed.
It knows not to harsh the vibe.
Yeah, it knows not to
Excellent.
harsh the vibe. It's going with the flow, just like Maui is. We're going to take a few moments as you walk down the road. It seems to be a relatively nice day. It's not too hard. Not many cars. Unfortunately, so you're having a hard time getting a ride back to Casper.
I got feet. I can do it.
You can roll. Yeah. However, Cat, what brings you to Casper? What brings you up here?
She has a time and a place where she needs to be here. She doesn't quite understand why. She just knows she needs to be here for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been wandering around the city, just trying to figure out exactly where she's supposed to be and who she's supposed to run into. So spends a lot of time just wandering.
Just wandering around. And honestly, Kat, you've been pulled kind of towards the outskirts of town. There's just a vibe about, that transitional phase between, desolation and city. There's something about that magical turn of events where things just start changing, where you start seeing gas stations and people and shopping malls and cars and all sorts of consumerism. But there is a particular place that you seem to be gravitating towards. It seems to be a bookshop.
Would wander on in, definitely taking a look over her shoulder, just wary and keeping an eye on whoever's around, make sure nobody's following, nobody's paying too much attention. Kind of wander through the books. Probably makes a beeline for the New Age section.
If there is a New Age section in Calope's bookstore.
That's in the bookstore.
Calope, what's the name of your bookstore again? I think I've lost it in my notes anyway.
Just a moment, storyteller, and I'll look that up for you.
because I kind of lean towards Odyssey Bookstore, but I don't think that's...
It is. I think it's Odyssey Used Books.
Odyssey Used Books. Ugh,
Mhm.
sometimes things stick.
Mhm.
But yeah, it seems to be a rather nice used bookstore. And it kind of makes you wonder, why is it on this outskirts of town? Why is it here? And Calliope, where would you be usually during normal hours?
During normal hours, Calliope is typically doing inventory for new acquisitions that have come in, possibly loading up some of the new acquisitions on shelves, that kind of thing. Her friend is actually working the register.
Indeed. Which makes sense.
That would be Joe.
Yes. I have that in my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Good guy, Joe. But in this process, I think you probably feel a little bit of the vibration as Kat makes her way to the New Age books. Maybe you're doing inventory right in that section. And there seems to be something that stands out to Kat here. Maybe a book of fortune skeins of some sort. The Skeins of Fortune.
Going through all the different titles, she finds that right one, and she's that person who's going to just sit down right in the corner of the aisle, just cross-legged, and just watching, and just waiting. Just that
It's probably
annoying
right
person who's
as
in the way.
Calliope rounds the corner there. Just sitting down right in the middle, this random person, which we haven't gotten a description of yet. What does Kat look like?
Cat is about slightly tall, just a little over 5, maybe about 5'6" or something. Long blonde hair and a thick braid just straight down middle of her back. Loose pants. And I don't know what the weather is, so probably either a tank top or a long sleeve shirt.
Well, it's
But, like,
summer in this time frame.
It's summer. It's probably a black tank top and a pair of cutoff jean shorts. Just nothing outrageous.
Mhm.
All kind of plain colors.
And what you see walking towards you is a woman with nearly white platinum blonde hair that is just past her shoulders and wavy. She has hazel eyes. She's about your height, about 5'6". She is wearing a rose pink sundress with a brown linen ruana. And she's smiling at you as she approaches. And she points to the book in your hand, opens the cover, and shows that it's a first edition.
Oh, very nice. Pleasure to meet you.
She takes out a notepad and writes, "Hi, I'm Calliope, the owner. If you need help finding anything, let me or Joe know. Joe's at the register." And she shows you the notepad.
I will be sure to let you know. Thank you very much.
I'm betting Calliope has fantastic handwriting at this point to make sure
She does.
everything is perfectly legible.
Mm-hmm.
Just, do I get the sense that she's, Garu words?
Let's see. Do you have any special skills that would allow you to sense that?
I unfortunately don't. I have Truth of Gaia, but I think that's more for perceiving lies, so probably wouldn't apply here.
Well, as a Philodox, you tend to be able to get a certain vibe check. If you would like to roll First roll of the night, folks.
Oh boy.
Let's go perception. Plus, normally I would say empathy here, but I notice you have no points in empathy. So I'm guessing this is going to be... For the sake of brevity, let's go perception plus primal urge. Wolf calls to wolf in certain cases. The difficulty is going to be an 8 because normally with a particular gift, you would be able to sense this right out.
Fair enough. 2 successes. Not my worst roll ever.
2 successes. You get a vibe from her. You definitely can tell she's not entirely human. But you're confused. She could be kin.
But
she could.
I'm gonna
be
watch.
Gary. She could be of the people.
Just letting my anxiety and paranoia kind of simmer at the surface and just
she
watching as I
finishes
read.
Unloading a box of books into the shelves and then takes the box over to the back of the store where there is a lounge area and coffee, and she's going to refresh the coffee.
Excellent. I might as well get this from you, a perception alertness from Calliope. Let's see if you notice Cat sizing you up, if you will. Because I think Cat's not doing it subtly.
Yeah, that's 3 successes if the difficulty's 8.
You do notice she's kind of looking you over, and you do see that kind of sniff in the air. That.
Oh, I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, you know
and
exactly.
Calliope's going to avoid that.
That it's definitely, you've been through song and dance like this before. And unknown individuals sniffing around your shop. That is
just gonna wait and see what happens.
Exactly. And now we are going to pan to Colin. Radio's turned up. We've got Plays with Danger in the back. What kind of music would Colin have on the radio? I mean, I put out the 80s tune Kickstart My Heart because I love Kickstart My Heart. That's how I start every day.
Whatever the radio happens to be on.
All right.
It's music.
And knowing Jonathan, he probably has it on the rock station. Or he had it. I doubt you changed it.
No. Colin didn't even adjust the seat and mirrors when Jonathan gave the truck to him. It's the exact same. I also find it funny that the guy without any drive inherits a truck, but okay.
That happens sometimes. Jonathan gave it to you mainly because Plays with Danger doesn't like to use thumbs and probably can't drive. So the assumption was that, hey, at least you kind of might.
Mediocre driving is better than no driving, I guess.
Exactly. So what is going through Colin's head as you're heading out of Cody and into this brave new world?
It starts off pretty, casual, mundane. Fuck, I hope there isn't traffic. Of course there's going to be traffic now that I've thought that. Just little annoyances here and there, and then more and more as it gets along, his thumb starts tapping against the steering wheel. Just miss mom. Miss eyes.
It's funny that you say that now. You started out as not being the best of friends.
And then, well, obviously, I also miss my dear sister from another mister.
And
Accidental cannibalism and all.
yeah. Oh,
And
accidental.
and as he's thinking about everyone, it goes back further. His left arm starts to itch from all of the name tattoos.
And in the process of this, I would like to inform you that you are still with your girlfriend. She did not break up with you when you went to leave. She promised to write and eventually follow once you thought it was safe.
Yeah, she's going to be waiting a bit if I ever think this is safe.
That's true. But she understands how you want to check things out, and with your history, she's willing to let you do it.
Yep. We'll see how that pans out once I actually can maybe find somewhere established.
Mm-hmm. And in the back of your head, you hear it almost. Together. Strong.
The grip definitely tightens on the steering wheel now. Because he's kind of having some issues with that line of thinking lately.
And of course, it's kind of coincidental, but you see the leaving Cody sign.
And this bit Colin will accidentally say out loud, "Thank fuck."
Plays, what are you doing in the backseat?
Probably in his more canine appearing form, just so he doesn't draw a lot of attention if anyone passes by and there's a gigantic wolf in the back. But he's just kind of sitting there looking out. Some of his kinfolk are kind of staying behind. So it's, for him, it's sort of like bittersweet, but sort of, especially after everything that's happened, like, he knows he needs to go with Colin. So he's just listening to the music. His tail's kind of like tapping along to the rhythm. And he's just kind of sitting there, watching everything pass behind as we're driving.
Just, seeing not exactly cars, but the land itself. Oh, there's a bush. Oh, now it's gone. Oh, there's a tree. Oh, now it's gone.
Oh, and absolutely everything that he sees catches his attention until something else catches his attention, because curiosity. So he's just got like...
He's just all over that.
Oh, yeah.
In the process of this, Colin, I want you to make me a perception alertness.
Before this season even started, I knew that was going to be the first roll I made, because it's always my fucking worst. Perception alertness, you said?
Yes.
Yay, I get to use 4 dice.
Standard difficulty.
It doesn't matter. It could be 9th or it could be 1. I'll still somehow fail it.
We'll find out.
Or not. Only 1 success, but that 1 success was a 10.
See?
He's dense, but not that dense.
There we go. So, as you're driving along, Maui, why don't you describe yourself as you're hitchhiking down this road?
So, Howard's about 5'10", 5'11", just shy of 6 feet, which he totally doesn't have an issue with mentally. He's not lanky, but not athletically built. He's kind of wiry. He is got a little bit longer hair than he would like, especially his father, being a military man, would like, but it is just at the point where I can get enough of a handful when I'm mad. Perpetual 5 o'clock shadow that he excels at keeping. There is a surfboard under one arm, a large messenger bag under the other, and a tote bag just thrown over the shoulder that kind of hangs off of the fin at the end of the surfboard. And he just got his thumb out. As soon as I hear a car, I turn around and just put the thumb out. Otherwise, I'm just walking towards Casper.
By the way, in the process of this, you almost get the sense that there's a reason that you're out here. There's a sense of point and purpose. I know you've been feeling drifting place to place, seeing the world. But there's like this weird tickle at the back of your neck. And it's not Wilbur. But you get this interesting sense of something's coming towards you that you can't escape. And it's almost like a little whisper on the wind. Hey, buddy. It's an interesting sound because it's mixed in with the sound of an engine of this car that's coming by, this truck. And Colin, you see this individual that clearly needs some help on his way. Are you going to stop or are you not?
It starts with slowing down, again with an accidental utterance of, what the fuck is a surfboard doing in Wyoming? And then Colin's gonna like quickly run through a couple things in his head and shout back, plays, there's someone on the side of the road, but if it's a person, we're gonna end up scaring them a few minutes into the drive. My guess is it's knowing our luck, a Fomori, a Black Spiral Dancer, or a Black Spiral Dancer Fomori. What are you thinking we should do?
Find out.
And by that point, we pass him by a few feet before Cullen's able to actually properly brake.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do a specific brake check because there's no one unbuckled, and it'd be cruel to do that to
Plays
Plays.
with danger is never buckled.
I know, but it would be cruel to do that. It's almost like Colin doesn't like the brake checking shit. But he will stop, pull over slightly so he's not in the middle of the goddamn road. Key's still in the ignition, truck still on, just opens the door, leans back, and looks out. Where you headed?
I'll rush over, kind of put my head in the open passenger door. Hey man, wherever works. So I'm good.
We're going to Casper. Will your surfboard fit in the back?
What kind of car is it?
It's like a truck. It's like a
It's not vintage, but it's like not great or huge either.
Yeah.
It's like the smaller version of what a truck is.
Yeah.
I
It
assume.
was like a SUV,
It's like an
Explorer
SUV kind of station wagon kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, worst comes to worst, brother. I can just open up one of the windows in the back and just have it hanging out the side.
All right, hop on in.
Oh, whew. You guys are lifesavers, and I try to finagle the surfboard in there as best as possible.
And Plays with Danger is in the back, like as the surfboard's getting pushed in, and has never seen one of these things before. So he's immediately like sniffing it, pawing at it, like trying to figure out what the hell this thing is.
It smells like a type of wax.
Yeah. I'm going to do the thing that people would sometimes do to dogs, where I just kind of smack both sides of the face back and forth to Plays. Oh,
So,
look at this big boy.
While he's that close, I want to throw on heightened senses and just see if like anything about him. Like, I know that's not the same thing. I know it's not I can't necessarily tell, but just trying to get a sense of if there's anything about him that's familiar, for good or bad. See if like any of his mannerisms make me think that he's.
Well, he's definitely in your face. What does Maui Howie smell like?
Oh man. Pineapple, coconut, Pina colada, and bad aftershave.
Are we talking patchouli? Like too much
No, no,
patchouli,
no, no.
or
I'm not that much of a hippie.
okay? I was just
I'm talking
making
about
sure.
like
I needed to check the vibe here.
no. That's too far into the vibe. I got like Aquafresh kind of
Oh,
bad,
Aquafresh. Wow.
that kind of bad, cheap aftershave.
And somehow still better smelling than Axe body spray.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
It really is.
But that's the scent.
Yeah.
So yeah, so plays, I imagine he gets like the scent in his nose, especially with heightened senses, and is immediately trying to shake it out of his head.
It's like
it is very not pleasant. He would rather have the coffee back. But he'll not, not antagonistic or anything towards him.
still so much.
And can sort of like make to the side to make room for the surfboard, but he's eyeing the surfboard because again he has no clue what it is.
And also, dear storyteller, I have to ask only because understandable reasons. I know it's daytime, assuming, but what's the moon right now? Because even in the daytime, that shit can be influential as hell.
It's true. It looks like we are under a half moon, so Philodox is
cool.
in.
I'm not vibrating slightly from how angry I am for no reason. I don't have it under the best control, but it's not the worst either.
But somewhere else, there is a individual that is feeling a little more peaky.
Just a little twitchy. It's all good. It's all good.
It's a little twitchy. Little twitchy. But yeah,
Do we know if it's waxing or waning?
it's going to start. What's the term? It's definitely waxing. There we go.
Things are bad for me then.
Yeah, things are starting to shake that way, and at this point, you again hear that, "Hey, Maui." Just
Look
that
around to
little
see if
hey.
one of them said it.
Doesn't seem like they said it.
Okay.
So y'all situated?
Yeah. What are we listening to? We got anything good or are we
Before he's even asking, Cullen's already driving again. Fiddle with the radio. Don't make it too loud, please.
Yeah, brother. I'm gonna look for the oldie station.
Okay, the oldie station. All right.
Meanwhile, Plays is trying to climb on the surfboard just to see, like, trying to get a sense of it under him to see if it's like sturdy, reliable, because it's flat. So to him, it's just like, okay, is this a different kind of earth? Like, just so he wants to get a sense of the board.
Oh, I missed that curiosity. But Maui, you do kind of see this if you turn to look back at your board. This weird dog trying to stand on it.
I'll just
he's
reach
like-
out, try to play with his ear, just be like, come over here, boy.
And he'll move towards him. But like the entire time, just acting like a dog. He looks like a big wolf dog. Not quite wolf like normal, but sort of like an in between where he can pass more as a domesticated animal for concealment, but he'll kind of speak to Colin. Seems fine.
Oh.
Cullen will just shrug back like he's adjusting, but it's a signal to his only remaining pack mate that, yeah, he seems all right.
Maui.
Do I hear that?
Of course you hear that.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't understand Garu speak?
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tilt my head and then I'll produce a doobie out of my little sack.
Mm-hmm.
You guys,
little sack.
you guys mind if
Establish dominance.
You got to. You got to.
And the meme returns.
You guys partake? You guys not into it? Like,
Just roll your window down.
Blaze just starts sniffing at it again, having no clue what this new thing is.
Yeah,
love
and
Probably
I'll-
smells
this
more
is
natural
going.
than the
Aqua Fresh.
body. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. I light it up. I'll take a long toke, and then I'll just grab Play's face and just blow it into his face.
Oh, hotboxing the dog.
Hotboxing the just like grab this now.
Yeah. Oh, and you got the technique right too.
Oh yeah, and then immediately Plays, I think, is right back to that shaking his head because it's just not used to it. So it's just kind of like one of those, just like,
But it's in there, and you're gonna start feeling a little fuzzy.
Yeah. And then in Guru speak, I just under my breath just look at him. Oh, you're gonna enjoy this ride, boy.
Colin slams on the brakes.
and I imagine at this point, Plays with Danger sort of like slams into that weird sort of space between the back where he is and the front where they are.
And I know this is really early, but I think we're gonna go and take our break because I think this is perfect break timing. So we will be back in 10 minutes. And we're back from a sudden break check by Colin, which normally doesn't happen, but it happened today. And before we get to that, we're going to go back to the bookstore.
Perfect.
Y'all can marinate in that tension. So we get back to Odyssey Books. I'm assuming Kat has just not left the aisle.
Yeah, no, she's definitely there. She's doing some breathing exercises. It's like, gotta find my chill, gotta find my zen.
And
I am
and you smell freshly making coffee. I'm assuming
Okay.
Calliope is a woman of quality, so it should be decent coffee.
decent coffee will get anybody up and moving. So Kat will get up from her corner and make her way over to procure some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
A very nice shop.
And she writes, "Thank you," on the notepad. "Help yourself to some coffee," she writes.
Thank you very much. I just kind of like try to like we can speak the Garu speak
Yes.
differently than I'll just say thank you in Garu and just kind of go take my coffee and sit.
I'm going to use mind speak.
Okay. if people haven't figured it out already, Calliope is mute.
She is mute. So, refresh my memory, storyteller. What do I roll for that?
Give me 1 second. I thought I had this pulled up. But in the chaos of, stream shenanigans, we can get this up real quick. Because not Minx, mind.
Player spends 1 willpower point per chosen sentient being and makes manipulation expression.
Yes.
Difficulty is victim's willpower.
Okay.
Victim.
Willpower's 5.
So that's
Okay.
the difficulty that you have.
And
to
I
be-
have spent 1 willpower. And let me roll my dice.
Mhm.
It's a pretty hefty pool.
I would expect so.
Five successes.
So that
So I-
matches. Yeah.
Matches. And you hear in your head a very pleasant voice. Probably would be a good singer. Say, "You are very welcome." And she takes a cup of coffee and sits down in the lounge and takes out another journal-type book and starts writing.
Cat just kind of smiles and nods at you, like that was unexpected, but respect. Take coffee, and they said you gave me a title earlier, Storyteller. You said Skeins of Fate,
Yes, Skeins of Fate.
and I will sit down. And from where we are in the cafe, do we have a good view of the entrance to the bookstore?
You can see it, yes.
Mhm.
Okay. She would be pointed, hopefully, ideally with her back against the wall, watching the entrance and just kind of patiently waiting. Because she's like, I'm in the right spot, I think. Things are starting to feel right. Just curious.
Things are kind of comfy here, Kat. And you definitely, I'm not going to make you roll for this, Calliope, but there is a bit of a skittishness to her that it's just hard to describe. It borders on paranoia. There's just this general anxious vibe.
When I initiated the Mind Speak, does it stay open?
I will allow it to stay open because
Okay.
even if the rules say otherwise, I wouldn't-
Not going to make me roll every time I want to
No,
say
I'm
something to her?
not.
I
Okay.
think it's for the scene, so
Yeah.
I think so. And you hear the voice in your head again. Something has you worried?
I will, not wanting to raise my voice, I will move to a chair that's joined her at her table.
Mhm.
Just cautious. Things are never as they seem, and there are actions of outside forces likely to sneak up if you're not careful.
The urge.
No.
Oh,
Philodox, just
Philodox. Interesting. I would have thought with the moon that you were the urge.
no, simply a wanderer of sorts. But I feel like today is a good day. There's some reason to be here. So I'm here. I go where fate decrees.
Well, fate didn't let me know.
Fate is a fickle mistress.
Indeed.
The coffee is very, very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the process of this conversation, you do, Joe seems to be looking out the window of the bookstore. And she gets up from the register and she comes over and she kind of leans down next to you and whispers, I think that biker gang is coming back by. I think Stan and his goons are coming back. I don't know what they want with this store, but they seem to be hitting a little hard. And Calliope, this biker gang that Joe is mentioning is basically a group of bone gnars that are, well, they're a little rough and tumble, but the main thing is they know what you are. And they know what they can get away with because of that. As I have it right, I have Stan, Gray, Kenny, and Joel come into the store. Stan is kind of the leader. He's got the big, broad shoulders. He's got a tattoo down his face and neck. Not in Spike's ability, but definitely that leather jacket and jeans And it's kind of interesting because you didn't hear the motorcycles. So they must have parked far enough away to where they
to try to sneak up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You hear in your mind, excuse me for just a moment. Calliope goes to her office at the back of the store, grabs a shotgun, and comes back out to meet Stan and his boys. And racks it.
And there's a moment where they're just kind of looking around. You can see one of them is playing with one of your book stands. And there's like a little bit of a, I wonder if I can knock this over with one kick. There's a bit
and
of
that's
that.
when she racks the shotgun.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it be possible? Is there a way for Kat to make her way through the stacks and kind of like around behind these guys without being noticed?
They're kind of near the front of the store, but it could be that Calliope has made enough of a distraction to where you might be able to come up right in front of them without them noticing.
She would do it. She would just be like, this is...
So in the case of this, I believe we need a... do you have stealth? I think you do.
I do.
So
A little
we're going to
bit.
go for a dexterity stealth check for you. But in the process of this, and it was Gray who was trying to do that, and then there was that turn, and it's like, Stan kind of goes, oh, hey, Callie. How's it going?
And she's got the shotgun in one hand, and she just flips him the bird. And she moves the shotgun towards the door, showing him out.
Oh, come on, Callie. That's not fair.
My difficulty?
Your difficulty is going to be a standard 6 because they are definitely looking at this shotgun. And question, Calliope, is this like special round ammunition?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
We have... it will punch a hole through them.
All right. So for sake of brevity, I'm going to be rolling some what I call morale checks.
I had 3 successes, by the way.
That is a complete success. You sneak up right near where Gray is because he's now turned
to look at the shotgun in Calliope's hand.
Yeah. and there's a little bit of a whisper and murmur. When did she get that? You know, there's some murmurs from some of the guys behind because you could see Stan's kind of the big front man for this group.
I think she's going to emote to him that he really should get out. And I'm thinking I'm going to use her charisma and expression.
Totally.
Okay.
Standard difficulty.
And I'm also going to use her specialty of air of confidence.
That's perfectly fine. That works out. And I've already got I got rolls for some of the boys. There are some that are already slightly going towards the door just at this interaction.
Six successes because I had exploding tins.
Ooh. And it's definitely, Stan has this look of, it seems like we picked a bad day to come play in the Odyssey.
Just behind him, he's like, you did. You really did.
Oh. Callie's making friends. I guess we shouldn't waste our time with the freaks. And then they go to leave. And it's kind of that backup. Like, he's trying to still act like a badass, but he's backing up and out the door because he doesn't want to turn around. Yeah. And they walk out.
And then Callie disengages the weapon and then lowers it.
Do they bother you often?
You hear in your mind often enough.
With her being mute, would it be safe to assume that I wouldn't understand that she's most likely a metis?
Not exactly.
Well, yeah, because I don't know that she can't talk, just that she chooses not to.
Yeah, there is that. There is... You've heard of muteness caused by trauma.
Mm-hmm.
You also know certain tribes are more prone to having problems. But it's definitely a bit of an issue. You could tell by Calope's face that this happens more frequently than it should.
It seems you put them in their place. It doesn't seem like they have much honor. They're bothering you regularly.
What do you expect from bone gnars?
And as it seems, you kind of take a look around. It seems like they've gone on their way for the most part.
Maybe this was why fate brought you here. Because they might have tried to start something if it was just me.
Well, I'm glad you weren't. There was more than just yourself and your friends. Hopefully, we don't run into any other issues today.
Maybe. And she smiles really warmly and goes back to her office to put the gun away.
Kat will return to the book.
Kat, give me a perception and alertness.
Oh no. Does my paranoia
Of course that counts here.
kick in?
This definitely counts because you knew they weren't going to leave it just at that.
It was perception and alertness.
Alertness. Standard difficulty.
And then remind me, because it's been a while since we've played, the specialty. How does that kick in?
You get to re-roll 10s.
Awesome. Okay, sorry, my brain was...
It's okay. It's been a couple of months. Now, if you start asking me what you roll for claws and things like that...
What is one roll for claws?
It's on your sheet. Second page.
It's 7 successes.
Okay. If you were in your wolf seeming right now, your ear would have twitched. And there's definitely, you turn and you see a brick coming through the glass to the Odyssey bookshop. Thankfully, you can move out of the way so that you don't get hit by said brick. And Calliope, of course, you hear the shattering of that glass.
Are they still near the door when they threw it?
No.
Or they've already escaped?
They were going, and after that, it was a toss and run kind of action. And you can probably guess who did it.
Was it Stan?
Yeah, of course it was. Because, after all, Calliope made him feel small. With those successes. And right then, we're going to go back to our lovely trio that is in the truck.
Colin is flickering between Hamid and Glabro. Like, he's not shifted yet, but there's his eyes will sometimes go towards that intense yellow. His muscles get big just for a second before going back down, and he's now fully gripping the steering wheel while staring daggers at Howie.
Do I need to make you roll a willpower check?
Not yet.
Okay.
And for the record, Plays with Danger no longer looks like a dog. He very much looks like his lupus form.
All right, you're gonna explain who you are and what you want. You're gonna do it fucking now.
Yeah, man, sure. And I take another toke and I pull out the conch and just give it to him.
That's not an explanation. That's a fucking conch shell.
Yeah, man, that is the explanation.
Plays with Danger starts sniffing it.
No, man, you gotta listen to it. Listen to it. And I grab it and I put it up to Plays with Danger's ears. What do you hear?
What do I hear?
It's a standard conch shell, right?
Yes.
So, yes, you hear that
Yeah.
lovely reverberating sound of the ocean.
Water.
And
Yeah,
a
man.
little, just a little hi.
And
At the
immediately,
very end, just a little hi.
and so again, Plays with Danger is like that, shaking his head because he doesn't know where the fuck the voice came from.
Are these your new friends?
Yeah. And I'll just put the conch shell on the center of the console. Listen, man, I'm just following the road Gaia has let out for all of us, dude. Like, you're harshing the vibe. You want a toke? And I just lean over.
I knock it out of his hands, and hopefully out of the window.
Dude, so heinous.
Plays
I'm
with
stopped.
Danger.
You can easily get out and get it if you want.
Plays with Danger is just pawing at the conch shell, trying to like get at the voice from inside of it.
Man, I'll put it back in front of you. Yeah, here, man. Yeah.
And he's just like pawing at it, sniffing at it, trying to figure out where the voice came from.
There's a little bit of a little squeak as you roll it back and forth.
Both of you are both of you guru, or is one of you kinfolk? What's the deal? Like, what's the bring me up to speed? What's the 411?
I figure at that point, just because it would be simpler, Plays with Danger goes into Hispo.
Simpler.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your stamina plus primal urge.
The truck's not going to be able to move.
This is great.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Here, let me put a small car inside this other car.
Yes.
I mean, my Hispo isn't that big.
I'm okay with this.
It's still Hispo. It's the dire wolf for a fucking reason. Oh my god, I've missed this.
All right, so we said stamina and primal urge.
Yes, stamina and primal urge. Difficulty is 7.
Five successes.
You go. And yeah, all of a sudden you see Plays with Danger go from baby wolf to big wolf. And the car creaks. Like the weight.
And now Colin's anger doesn't diminish but shifts. Plays, down, now, stop.
And immediately,
Dude, you're gonna pop the fucking tires.
And immediately you'll shift back.
Well, lupus is your breed form, so you can very easily do that. Maui, are you just chilling out, just watching this go on?
Yeah, like my eyes widen when he gets bigger, and I'm just like, oh, that's. I need more if I'm going to be dealing with big dogs like that. Like, this is definitely borderline harsh and the vibe, dude. Like, you gotta come down.
Howie, is it okay if I come out?
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna do anything to you, little man.
Okay.
Or little dude. I didn't mean to force a gender on you. I apologize.
and you see just a little spider leg start working its way out of the conch. Just little.
So Plays with Danger will get his nose close to it, but not ever like try to reach out.
He's getting really up there.
Well, yeah, like that thing dogs do,
Yeah,
like when
yeah,
they look
I
at
know.
something, it's like his face is right there.
But yeah, he's getting really up there, Maui.
Yeah. But he's a good dog, and I just reach behind the ears and I just scratch him.
Oh, and then immediately Plays tails just fucking wagging.
Okay.
Please, we don't know if he's
And then there's just the little spider crawls out and stands on Plays' nose, his snoot. It started with a little gentle bit of a boop. So the spider did boop the snoot.
Snoot.
And
he's just like wiggling his nose, trying to like.
I'm gonna turn and lock eyes with Howie and stare him down.
Yeah. I'm half high, so I will just look at you and think that you're trying to romance me. So I'm just like, dude, I appreciate the look, but like, not my style. You're handsome. I'm not taking anything away from you. Like you are a good looking dude. But
Colin lays on the horn to drown him out. And then stops.
Yeah, and immediately, like at that point, Plays like pulls away from the horn and just kind of like moves away from the horn, but then immediately goes to like cover his ears.
Whoa, Maui. And then
If you fuck with us in any way, your head goes out the window without the rest of you. And I start driving.
and I just look back. Ride the wave, little dude.
I'm
you gotta
You see?
hang on.
And
hang
you
on.
see this kind of little this little spider spirit just trying to do everything that Maui's taught it.
Yeah, point of balance. You gotta find your center. Find the center, dude.
I
Like,
stopped laying on the
Plays
horn, by the way.
Plays is trying, like as soon as the horn stops, like Plays is trying not to drop the spider. It's more like he's curious of this thing that's sitting on his nose.
And
All right.
it's a spider, but you've seen plenty of spiders, Plays.
Yeah.
This does not look like your normal spider. There's
Is
a little bit of fibrousness to it. There's a little bit of metal, and there is a little bit of like sand and water. It's the weirdest fucking spider you've ever seen.
Would Plays recognize it as a spirit?
I think you would by the constitution of what's touching you.
It Plays just like while he's just kind of like trying to focus on the thing on the end of his nose to say spirit.
Now you getting it. See, it's all coming together.
And Plays looks like the most careful probably Colin has ever seen him move, and he's just like slowly moving back towards the shell, not trying to like knock the spider off and just get him back to the shell.
This one's smart.
Yeah, he's a good boy. And I just reach for the ears.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it takes everything that Plays has not to start going full into ear scratches and tail wagging until the spider's off his nose.
You get him back to the conch, and it's just this gentle little wave that comes from one of the spider's legs as it climbs back on top of the conch. It doesn't go in. It seems you've impressed it with your gentleness.
Colin's now driving 5 miles over the speed limit.
And
Not
Plays
enough
just-
to really get arrested, but enough to be doing something annoying and aggressive.
Yeah, and Plays is just in there kind of like looking between all three of them, so it's like Colin, Howie, Spider, and it's just kind of like
Just
just
this
constantly looking
rotation?
at all of them. Yeah.
I could see that.
You guys part of the sept here, or you guys have your own little pack already, or where's the rest of you?
Didn't know there was a sept out here. At least I didn't.
No, yeah, no, neither do I. I just asking.
He and I are pack mates, but to say we have a pack right now is not true.
It's all right.
Nah, it's all right. Everyone leaves.
Yeah, we all got to go through the white water. It's all right, man. Guy is gonna take care of us.
And then Plays with Danger just kind of like at the mention of that, just together strong, more towards Colin than anyone else, but it's just kind of reinforcing.
Colin's gonna do his best to hide the fact that he's bristling at the comment.
Yeah,
And-
see, he gets it.
And just from how you're driving, this giant distraction, and you seem to be coming right in on the edge of Casper as a brick goes through a window of a bookstore in a strip mall. Right in front of you, Colin.
And for a second, it seems like Colin perks up. And he, once again, without meaning to say it out loud, because that's his MO right now,
Mhm.
oh, cool. An excuse. And I pull over towards the bookstore.
That makes sense. And you do see the dude that's throwing it. It was just perfect timing. You're coming in. If you had been coming in any faster, the brick might have landed in your windshield.
Oh, excellent excuse.
That
then.
was the that close shave of an incident. And you can hear that shouting, "Fucking freak!"
Do I have enough time to put it in park and step out?
I think you can.
Excellent. Am I seeing them as they're running away, or
Yeah,
have
you're
they
seeing
just...
them as they're running away. That's what you're getting. That throw happened. You pulled into park. The shout. And yeah.
Can I go and look through the window to see if I see the brick?
It's pretty obvious. It slammed into one of the bookcases. Didn't fall over. Bookcase didn't fall over. But you do see a person that was standing not a foot from where that was slammed in. And that's our lovely cat.
I would like to step in through the window and get the brick and go back outside. And if no one stops me from that, I'm
You won't?
then gonna try and huck the brick back at them as they're running away.
Nothing doesn't stop it, but follows you out to watch this.
He's gonna lean down to Plays of Danger. He's like, he knows it. He knows how doors work, right? Like that's not a thing that he does. Like he doesn't just go through windows, does he?
Plays with Danger will kind of tilt his head towards you and just kind of like, door.
Yeah, and I open the car door and get out. Yeah, like door, like the door, and then I close
And he
it.
just
open
he
it.
assumes that means that he's being invited to get out of the car.
If it helps,
I-
Colin also left the driver's side open. Like
I
he
have
didn't-
missed this group so much. Real talk, today was a shit show at work and I needed this.
For the record, he's getting out in his dog form.
Yes,
You're
of
welcome.
course. We're not there yet.
Would you like me to make any rolls to throw a brick
Yes.
at a biker gang?
Oh. Let's
What am I rolling?
dexterity athletics. Since they're running away, you're having to kind of pinpoint out the distance, so the difficulty is going to be an 8. But there are 5 targets moving away.
I don't care who I hit. I just want to hit one of them.
Well, while he's doing that, like I'll take plays over to the door to the establishment, open and close it, and it's like, this is a door. Like, you know, this is a door, right?
And the
This is-
bell is literally
Yes, yes. Bling,
Yeah.
bling,
Yeah.
bling.
You're mute, not deaf. Enjoy that.
That's right.
Well, unfortunately, I get no botch, but I get also no successes. So the brick flies and hits the ground.
The brick flies, and yeah, you just miss one of the guys. The very last one as they turn the corner. And it goes. Just barely missed him.
Blaze
Call it-
wants. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Colin takes a very deep breath because he's realizing he's getting a bit heated. He has the wherewithal to not frenzy in public right now, so he's going to just stand there and do his best to calm down.
Blaze is going to go after staring at the bell that keeps making that sound, is going to go to where he saw the group of them, like, and then try to like get their scent just to try to see if he's, because they're running and it's sort of like that primal thing in his head where it's just
Chasey,
they're
Chasey.
running. It's
I,
just to get their scent.
that should be easy enough to do. I'm not even going to make you roll to get it because they were already kind of sweaty due to a previous incident.
Calliope made him hot under the collar.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say they probably smell like they shit their pants too. So
Yeah, I was about to say, sweat and urine make for a unique scent. It's hard to miss.
Yep. So that's
and
fair.
once he's got the scent, he'll kind of go back to Colin and just sit down on his hind legs.
Cat,
like,
you're
right
just
next to
watching this go on with the door and Colin, and of course,
Calliope has put the weapon away and here's the door, the bell on the door going ding, 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 and coming out looking.
Possibly have more customers? They threw the
Ma-
brick back.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to explain to the dog that this is a door, and that they shouldn't be going in through windows and coming out through windows because doors exist and doors are a thing.
She takes out her notepad as she writes, "No animals in the store."
Oh, yeah, no, I get it. I wasn't gonna let the dog into the store. I just needed him to know that this is a door. How doors work. Like,
And she's looking at you like you are insane.
it's a long story, but it's a good dog. You're a good dog, right? And I just looked straight at Plays.
And he just looks like the best boy, tails wagging, but he's right next to Colin.
You should probably be careful because there is broken glass. I wouldn't want him to get his paws hurt.
Joe has actually gone to go get a broom
Yeah.
to sweep it up.
Joe is already muttering under her breath, "Fucking dumbasses! What the?"
And Calliope looks at Joe and does the phone symbol, to tell her to call the cops.
Yeah. Already on it.
Still staring after the assholes. Colin doesn't like pet plays, but his hand definitely just like maybe a little too heavily just paps right on his head from where he is.
And he'll say to him in Garu, because again, it's the scent track.
And yeah, you can hear this. This is very coincidental.
Too coincidental.
I will mutter, and that's what I needed to hear.
It's like you have a bit of a anger problem.
I'm only human.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
I'd say in Garu. Sorry.
Oh,
Calliope flips through the notepad. She has a few pages in there of things that she commonly says, and she holds it up and it says, "Hi, I'm Calliope, owner."
Oh, I just realized I never introduced myself to you, Calliope. I am so sorry. I'm Kat. Just that. Oh, crap.
And she looks at the others.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were still on the door, and then you two had this thing, and I was just, I'm Howard.
Maui Howie, is it okay?
Finger comes up to the mouth and just
Oh,
slight shake of the head.
That spider's not doing spirit speech. It's speaking like language, isn't it?
mm-hmm.
All right. Because otherwise Colin wouldn't have
Did
understood
Calliope
shit.
hear that?
Go ahead and make me a perception and alertness roll.
Should I do the same thing
Go
to see if
for
I
it.
heard it?
Oh my god, that's 3 successes on 4 dice.
I will straight up lie to your face if you ask me about something.
Yeah, you heard this little voice. Just a little voice.
7 success.
Okay, you both hear it. This time, Howie, you definitely feel the spider has made its way underneath your shirt at this point. 'Cause
Basically, what you gentlemen see and dogs see is 2 attractive blonde women.
Which means almost nothing to
Nothing
play with
to
Danger.
play.
See, this is what happens when you torture the player and not the character. But as you held up the note, I'm Colin.
And she looks at the dog.
Yeah, just both of us staring at the dog, just waiting.
I love this. Just the idea of 2 very attractive women looking at the dog, and it's not a puppy. It's waiting for it to say something.
We know what you are. Yeah.
The dog has no idea of like social cues, so you can stare at him all day long. And
I'm staring too. Like I'm because I don't know your name.
Blaze. Introduce yourself.
plays.
Pleasure to meet you, please.
Cool. Super simple.
Well, I figure it's best to leave out the other half for now.
For now.
For now.
Don't want to set the wrong impression.
She flips to another page and writes something, and then she shows each of you, "May I have permission to speak to your mind?"
Words on a piece of paper mean nothing to Place of Danger.
And my hands come up through my hair, and I'm just like, dude, that's a deep question. Like, do you see?
She writes down, "I don't read your mind."
Okay, all right, okay. Whew. There's things up there I don't think anybody needs to see. Yeah, man, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Do you also maybe have a back room where we can talk more freely?
Joe's already called the cops. Joe comes up to you really quickly, Calliope, and it's like, I've already let Rain know. I mean, it was too early in the day for him to be here, but he's already going to the Home Depot. So we'll get this taken care of.
And she gives a symbol of thanks to Joe. And she looks at them. She actually says to Kat, "Tell the dog to go around back. I'll let him in there."
Just kind of kneels down to Place of Danger and just gives him a nice little pat. She said, if you want to go around to the back, there should be another door. Then I just have to think, he probably heard you.
It was mind speak. Only to you, because she hasn't done
Yep.
it to the others yet.
Gotcha.
So
Sorry.
have we seen any other people like in the store since all of this has
It's
happened?
early in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So plays would actually go towards the front door. And then just like sit and wait for the door to open. And not move from there.
But Cat can talk to him and Garou.
Brewspeak is just growling.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cat would go like, no, there's another door in the back you need to go through.
So he'll go around the back.
And Calliope waves the rest of them back to her office. And she shows them their seating in there. There's actually a couch and a couple chairs and stuff in there. And she goes to the back door and opens it and waits for plays.
And then as soon as he like steps in, he'll actually shift to Hamid.
Okay.
Is it
Go ahead
still
and
the
roll.
duffel bag situation?
Oh, 100%
Of
it
course
is.
it
Okay,
is.
beautiful. Was hoping for it. So he goes from dog to naked. Beautiful.
Damn.
Go ahead.
So since I asked for permission and got consent, I do not have to spend a willpower
Right.
for mind speak.
Right.
And I don't think it's a contested roll.
No.
Okay. So now she's speaking
For 4.
to the others.
You are naked now.
Mhm. And luckily the back door is actually in her office.
Mhm.
So Joe doesn't have to be witness to that. She looks and then speaks to the two that gave her permission, and Kat says, "Can someone please explain to him I'd like to speak to his mind?"
So like while he's like this whole thing's going on, like he's squatting down, going through a duffel bag, and he puts on like a pair of gym shorts, and stands there just in the shorts, no animals. And he just stands there like where he shifted. Yeah, and then just stands there, like looking like a completely awkward, like late teens, early 20 teenager, black hair, gray eyes, very kind of like gaunt almost, very like slim, wiry.
She shows him the pad again that says, "Can I speak in your mind? I won't read your mind." Does he
Oh.
understand it more in this form?
So that's an interesting question, because being lupus, he's never learned to read.
I don't think he knows how to read. I think he's illiterate, so someone else is going to have to explain it to him.
She's wondering if she can speak with her head instead of her mouth with you.
He'll just nod.
Okay.
Thank you. And you all hear her voice, and it is very fucking pleasant. That was Stan and his pack.
Pack. Great.
Bone Nars.
And as soon as he hears that, Plays with Danger just points to his chest.
Hmm.
I'm gonna reach out and tweak his nipple and be like, "No, dude, like she's not asking if there are bone gnars here. Like that's not the thing. But it's good to know."
Good to know. Thank
Tweak
you.
his nipple? Wow.
Shit.
How is he going to
Shit.
react to that?
Probably like swat him away, because it's just like I'm not a female. You're not going to get milk from me. So just kind of
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop. You're confused.
yeah.
Should we do formal introductions then?
Please.
So is there a sept that do we need to like introduce ourselves?
There is.
Oh boy.
Well,
You'd
we
be
can
better
cover it
off
later.
not saying anything about me.
with the whole like mind speech thing. It's like a communication back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can talk out loud.
Okay.
She can hear.
You can
Oh.
also do your brain thing though. if
That you
want.
can do the brain thing. Yeah.
Plays Danger.
And she says, plays with danger?
And he just nods.
Pleasure to meet you.
Out loud, I'll say Howard Sanders. Everyone calls me Maui Howie, though.
You smell like a beach bar.
Yeah, it's cultivated.
Obviously. Colin.
Colin strikes with fear. Fiona.
Pleasure to meet you.
And Cat Sullivan. Gazer, Wanderer.
Why shouldn't we bring you up at the Sept exactly? Like,
They
it
call
doesn't-
me Freak. I am forbidden.
Did you do
Oh.
something? Or?
It's really
No.
fucking ironic that bone nars are saying that shit. You would think there'd be a solidarity between the people who get picked on.
Oh, no. It's nothing I did. It's just what
Father?
I am.
I figured
And-
as much.
Yeah, at that point, like, plays is sort of like reciting in broken English the litany about Garu not mating with other Garu.
I didn't. My parents did.
That makes sense now.
But unfortunately, as far as the Sept concern is cares, sometimes you bear the sins of your parents.
If it's not bringing up sore subjects, can you tell us about this sept? Who's the person in charge?
Storyteller?
I can definitely give you this information, and you could either spit it out as nauseum, or you could just say shenanigans, and it'll
Mhm.
count as
As being said.
as
Mhm.
being said. But this city is kind of interesting for what it is. It's not. There is a sept in total, but it's basically broken up into several groups. You have two sides of a city coin here. On one side, which is the more poorer side of things, you have the bone nars, where it's not Stan who specifically is leading that. Stan's just a douchebag. But Stan's brother is in lead to challenge. Now, you also have Chris Farthing, who usually stands to be the more balanced leader of the Bone Nars. He basically put up a verbiage that said, we don't bother you, you don't bother us, everyone can kind of get along.
Saved
You're-
one of his freaking kinfolk.
Mm-hmm. But there is a bit of tension with the Bone Nars because of there's that challenge. Chris seems a little weak, so there's a bit of a splitting faction kind of going on there. And then we have the more affluent side, which is where we have the Glasswalkers. And they are more focused on the upper level problems instead of the stuff going on here. Now, you know that you do have a member of your tribe that is in that Glasswalker section. However, getting help would be very difficult to do. You
And
could
she
get it.
discloses all of that.
Yeah.
Wealth versus poverty.
Mm-hmm. And you could get that help, but there would be lots of favors, there would be lots of contrition. It would almost be paging, if you would. Because as much as they would see you as an ally, they would more see you as a burden that they have to protect. So you would sacrifice your freedom for that.
And
Right.
when she says, I'd have to sacrifice my freedom, she says, not willing to do that just yet.
Are you the only medicine town?
From what
No.
you know, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm not. But they keep theirs hidden real well.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
You said Stan was the one who threw that brick?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
made him shit his pants by putting a shotgun in his face.
It's a good start.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Do you happen to know if he has any specific deed name?
Do I know that still, you're telling me?
Not really. The Bonars tend to keep that stuff a little
Yeah.
underground, and since Joe was there,
Yeah.
nothing like that would have came out.
I
I
just need to-
personally don't know. I spend more time around normal people than my own kind.
Fair enough. I just needed to know what name I could scream when I challenge him.
I mean, you could call him a dick face. That'll work.
It's effective. Call him a coward because he
Effective.
ran like a bitch.
That he did.
Nearly hit the truck we were in with that fucking brick.
No, instead he hit my shop window.
Nearly hit my head.
Oh, damn. I put my fingerprints all over that brick. God damn it. If you turn me into the cops, please don't do it for a long time.
Joe will tell them it wasn't you. She'll say what you did. She's good.
Is she someone we need to watch out around?
Just don't show her anything. She's not kin.
All right. I'll try to stay away just so I don't make her uncomfortable.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I usually don't get too many of our types up in here.
Is there coffee in Calliope's office?
No, it's in the lounge area. And she's, oh, forgive me, I'm not a good hostess. Would any of you like something to drink? Coffee, tea, water?
Yeah, and all of the above. Do you have a phone I could use?
There is a phone on her desk.
All right, I'm gonna beat myself.
If it's
So
not
you
too much
see-
trouble, 6 cups of coffee, please.
And you see like plays sort of like perk up at coffee because he knows that word, but it's more so just kind of like he realizes being in Hamid, he sort of stops himself and then just keeps standing there. Looks completely awkward because he hates being in Hamid. It's unnatural to him.
Two
Well, if it looks at you-
successes.
Do you like coffee?
And you just see him sort of like, the best way I can describe it is vibrating, but
Can't willy wag a tail.
yeah.
If you have any grounds, he'll appreciate that.
I actually do need to refresh the pot. I'll bring him in. And
You
she
can help bring in
grabs.
coffee in?
Would you like to help, Kat?
Yeah.
And she takes a box down that she had, actually the same box she had used for inventory to put on the shelves earlier, and takes it out to the lounge area to make cups of coffee and set them in the box.
Let me see.
Make a quick phone call to myself, to my pager.
Okay.
I'm gonna activate it. I rolled 2 successes, and everybody hears just the typical pager noise go off.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to check to see sense worm more than sense weaver, I think.
Okay. That's easy enough. This fetish is great for this, and it seems like this area seems to be clear for now. So you get a little beep code back. That sounds kind of like the all clear.
Storyteller.
Zeros across the board.
Storyteller.
Yes.
I know Senseworm is mainly only for searching for the actual thing, but given a certain merit, would Colin ping as definitely not worm? Like, I don't know if that has any intensity to it or not, or if it only happens when it happens.
There might be a no worm here.
All
kind of
right.
thing.
I figured as much, but I didn't know if it was like no worm here or if it was like, flashing neon sign anti-worm or some
No,
shit.
not yet. We haven't gotten there yet.
Just somehow gets paged back a negative number. Like, what?
You just get paged back boobs.
8008.
Yeah, I was aware of this already. Thank you, and I put it back on my belt.
Maui, is it okay?
Yeah,
And it's just
Yeah.
a little whisper, just a little whisper by the ear.
and I'll pull my hand back, and then I'll just let it sit on the desk.
Okay. And it's definitely that kind of curious looking around kind of thing. As Kat and Calliope go out to refresh the pot and get everything sorted. Joe is still grumbling, but she's gotten most of the glass shards up by this point. I hate those guys in that bar they hang out at, and I wish I could go over there and give them a piece of my mind.
And Calliope, she takes the filter out with the grounds. She actually sets that on a small paper plate, and sets that in the box and brews new coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And as it's brewing, mind speaks to Kat. What do you think?
Really, things seem to line up very well with everyone showing up at just the right times. I think we definitely need to talk. Things seem to... Gaia's talking to you, you have to pay attention.
Agreed. And she pours cups of coffee, and she can fit with the plate 4. She hands 2 to Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Kat's like, I can take more. She balances them really well.
Okay. And then she throws creamer packets, sugar, stirrers, and stuff in the box and goes back to the office.
Now, I know Joe mentioned that there's a bar they hang out at. Do you know the name of the bar, where it's at?
It's the Monkey Wrench down on...
I could say it's like 8th Street.
8th Street, yeah.
It's near where most of the automotive stuff is. They have a junkyard that's there.
It's right on the corner of Main and 8th.
No, hopefully we don't need to pay them a visit, but might be one way to get them to stop this.
Your spider friend is just walking along the desk, all curious.
Do I see that?
It's pretty easy for a Geru to see a spirit.
Okay.
The spirit's actively hiding.
Yeah, the spirit's unabashed. It's just...
And she looks at it, and she looks at Howie. Your voice?
Yeah, they, because he becomes a she and vice versa whenever he wants, she wants, they want. Yeah, man, they hang out. They're, a little bit of the Weaver. Likes to come around. It's been around since my change, so I don't question it.
And Calliope will actually reach out to the spirit and gently pet it.
Oh, this one seems friendly, Maui. Maui, this one's friendly. And kind of pokes the finger just a little bit.
And she just basically just does her finger like this under the little leg, playing with it.
Yeah, and you kind of hear the voice shift a little bit, and it's like, oh, this is nice. It's been a while.
Yeah, all right. Don't get used to it.
Aw. But Maui, she's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
God, storyteller, why are all of your Weaver spirits way too chill? Like everyone I have ever encountered in your games, they're way too chill.
So basically, that's the gist of what's going on here. And of course, there's black spirals from time to time. There's other monstrosities from time to time. But yeah. What brings you all here?
Colin will stop after he's downed the first 2 cups and is slowly working his way through the third. As far as I know, and I'll look at plays, we're just here to find something to help.
The
Didn't
feeling you
really-
had to go somewhere and be somewhere?
No, at least not to my knowledge, just more a feeling of we have to leave where we were.
Know that feeling.
We weren't exactly welcome.
And sort of like at this point, plays. I'm assuming he has the coffee.
Yes, he does.
So he's kind of really poorly, because again, thumbs are bullshit. Is sort of like he's got like his face right next to it, and he's just kind of like looking around, and then just sort of like puts his mouth on it like he's trying to eat it, but is like watching everybody while he does it. He's just listening.
Yeah, I'm if you make eye contact with me, I'm just like,
And so he'll look to somebody else.
Just see like cats just cross-legged on the floor, just blowing on the hot coffee. Just careful.
As a juxtaposition, Colin hasn't blown on the coffee once or added anything to it.
Oh yeah, no. Plays with Danger doesn't care about coffee, the drink. He just likes the coffee grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
it's literally just
he's
him
resisting the urge to eat coffee grounds.
poorly.
That's great.
And like he's actually like every now and then his face will come up and it's like pressed into his face. Like he's trying to eat it. But at the same time, because he knows he's in Hamid, it's sort of one of those, like the instinct is not to do it, but at the same time, it just, he really wants to do it.
And she says to him, if you wish to shift to eat it, go ahead. Joe won't disturb us here.
And as soon as she says that, he's right back to Lupus.
Yep.
And
Easy
we
peasy.
watch
Wearing
as
a
a
pair
pair
of-
of gym shorts
Oh,
either
no,
forms
no,
to
no.
him or rips apart.
Yeah, no, they rip. He thinks enough because it's happened enough about putting them on, but never cares about taking them off.
Or just
Um,
restock when you run out.
Yes.
I love the idea though of the waistband just shifting, just trying to fit it. So there is a brief moment where you look like a wolf wearing shorts before they've just given up
Yeah.
they're clinging.
Well, I was
to
going to
life.
say, and I imagine it, especially for him, it would just feel like constraining. So he would be like wiggling to get out of them. So they're either like in a pile on the floor or
Yeah.
ripped.
Wiggle, wiggle.
And then, yeah, so as soon as that, like he's face first in the coffee, like his ears are like at attention, still sort of like paying attention to sort of what's going on, but he is enjoying the coffee. It's much fresher than normal.
That's like good quality stuff
Yeah.
there.
Wilbur seems to stop and then climb back up on Maui's shoulder and comes up to whisper. I get a weird feeling, boss.
oh yeah, don't use that word.
I'm sorry. I get a weird feeling, man.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, just read the room. Read the room. No one's in charge of anybody here. All right.
I think
no
there's
one.
a lot of people missing.
What do you mean?
There's
We're all here.
But there's people missing. this town is less.
And I just look at Calliope.
And it's just this very much this whisper.
What does Calliope know about that?
There have been disappearances.
There have been
it's-
some disappearances.
It's been it started slow. And then it's been accelerating.
Started out 1, 2, a few months apart. Now it's 1 a week.
And
I don't know how long I've been wandering. Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, but you might have noticed that the police here haven't really checked into it all that much.
And the police haven't really done much.
Cops being useless. What a shock.
Facts.
especially if some of the people disappearing aren't necessarily those who'd get triggered on their radar. If there's any homeless, they may not be noted at all.
Now here's a question. How many of the missing are kin?
That's a question.
You
I don't-
wouldn't- Yeah, you wouldn't specifically know
I don't know.
since
Still
you
worth
don't
asking out
interact in
loud.
that side of the society.
If it's something that a spirit would take note of,
Probably can.
I tend to not avoid things that little dude brings up, so I'm gonna go investigate. I would appreciate any leads.
And
now I don't know how long. She's probably been in Casper for at least a few days,
mhm.
wandering around trying to find the right spot. Would she have run into anything like this just because she's the kind of person where she really, as a stargazer, she would just wander around, find some place to hole up, make use of shelters and the like, not really have a set home base. Would she have noticed anything weird?
Not exactly.
Okay.
But there has been talk of the disappearances. There has been talk of, a new mega store opening up. But nothing really. And unfortunately, this is where we're going to call our first episode. Walking with a Ghost.
Oh, what a beautiful start. This is going to be hectic.
And of course, I would love to thank my players in all their wonderful glory coming back and new faces. It's been so long. And obviously, you get the 3 from me. You all participated, you role played, you engaged. And now it's time to go around the horn and offer up points. So why don't we, why don't we go with Raylan here, Calliope.
Calliope.
Sorry, I keep wanting to go to the Greek name.
I know.
And that's, and you're not Black Fury. It's not, no.
She's not.
No.
Black Fury aren't the only Greek werewolves out there.
I know, but my brain keeps going there.
Let's just say it's probably an Americanized name.
Yes, it's been
for Calliope.
Americanized.
Yeah, she's not from America, but yeah. So I'm gonna say for points. Okay, tell me how this works. Do I have to pick one, or can I pick multiple?
You can pick, the way it's supposed to work is 1, but I have been convinced to give more points.
Okay.
So
I definitely want to give Kat a point because she rolled with a non-speaking partner in scene so freaking well.
I would say when you brought up that notebook, I was like, wait, what? Like, okay, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, aggressive mute, I think, is the least played part of that whole setup.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Uh-huh.
interesting to see.
Uh-huh.
That's why I'm like, let's roll with
So I
it.
definitely want Kat to get one.
Mm-hmm. But it sounds like you want to
I
offer.
do. I think I want to offer another one to Maui Howie. Yeah. Yeah. Killing it. Just, I was dying.
Yeah.
I was dying, killing it.
Such a different vibe that
Mhm.
I had to go somewhere else.
I love it.
Mhm.
I love it. And I'm a softie at heart. Yeah, you get the point.
And that's it. I'm going to let everybody else go.
And well, in this case, normally I would make the person that got the point go next. So, okay, Maui Howie, you go first.
Oof. I gotta give it to Berlin. The second I saw a notebook come out, I was like, nah, she didn't. There's no way she would have played a Galliard that is mute. And then she did, and I was like, yeah, okay, all right.
Yep.
This wins right here.
Yep.
And I gotta give another one to Plays because you took that hit and played with it excellently.
Yeah.
Door?
Door.
Door.
Bang, bang, bang.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, that's going to be in my head the entire time.
See, when Hamid and Lupus get stoned, they're the same fucking breed.
It's true. Oh my gosh. Okay, please.
So I would go with definitely go with Raylin because again, it's just having a mute, and like just like the character overall, but like the dynamic and how it sort of fits in with everyone else is just fucking amazing. It's just like such a badass, but at the same time, it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
That's
then
the metas for you.
yeah, and then yeah, my second one, I'm gonna go with Colin Maddox, just because it's especially like as soon as like when we came back from Maui, fucking dropping the Garu on us, and then everything that followed with that with Plays shifting into Hispo and then him immediately going into Alpha and just be like, stop.
It's like,
I fucking love that whole thing. So yeah.
we just got this truck. Don't fuck it already.
And Jonathan would be pretty mad if you fucked it up.
Yeah, it is technically still his truck.
It's technically still his, and the last time it got fucked up, he fucked it up, and so that was okay.
I'm just testing out the shocks, that's all.
He certainly did that.
Okay. Beth?
I'm definitely gonna go with the Raylin because, yeah, the whole notebook mute. Like, wait, what? And it was awesome, and the shotgun moment was just badass. So it deserves a point. And I'm also gonna go with Colin as well, mainly because I like how it was like the seriousness changed. Like you say you're playing another moody teenager, but it doesn't feel moody teenager anymore. It seems more like a grumpy young adult.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, I got responsibilities now. This is weird.
Yeah.
But I got to take care of Plays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's exactly what it is. It's not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one here to take care of them.
The best part of my interactions with Plays is in the fact that he and I, on the Garu side of things, are opposites in every sense. I am human, he is wolf. I am Arun, he is Ragabash. Just the whole thing. We're so polarizing that it just meshes really well.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take care of your packmates.
And my brain has been going on fire right now. Maddox, did you give your points yet?
I have not.
Okay, I was making sure that I didn't have an aneurysm and
You're going to hate me because I have the most votes.
Oh gosh.
So, first goes to Calliope. I have seen someone do an NPC mute Galliard Metis, and I'm fascinated to see what a PC comes of that. Howie, from the moment you stepped on screen, I felt a kindred spirit. I'm not sure why.
Puff, puff, pass.
Yeah, that's my real deed name.
Yes, that is.
Just fantastic. The weird Glasswalker Zen is an interesting mood. And then, Kat, you've got a different side of Zen where it's... I won't say that Howie's isn't focused, but yours definitely is Zen with direction, which I absolutely adore about every Stargazer I've ever seen played. I've never seen a bad Stargazer because there's so few that people actually play. And so, yeah, I am giving it to all of our new people for my votes.
Okay. I'll let it go this time. Next time you go in the no box.
But we gotta
The
we
no-no
gotta poke
square.
Yes.
Oh, no.
We're those annoying players. We're always going to push that barrier.
Square.
Fuck your no scare. Yeet.
Oh,
All right. We need to do some wrapping up,
Yes,
I
we
believe.
need to
Yes.
do some rapping. We got
I will
schedules.
take us out.
Yeah.
Thank you
Sorry.
everyone for joining us for the premiere of season 2 of Werewolf the Apocalypse Phoenix's Call. Thank you so much, Nikki, for allowing me to come sit at your table. This was a blast tonight, and I also had a crap day at work and needed this. So coming up over the next week, we have no streams on Saturday. Not this weekend. Taking a little break. But on Sunday, Easter, 5 p.m. Eastern, we have Windy City After Dark, Season 6, Episode 6. I can't even give you any hints or spoilers or teasers because we haven't even played it yet. We play it on Thursday to record. But y'all, considering where we left off last Sunday, Jenny getting that life boon off of Bobby, Jackie outwitting a damn Archon to get information out of her. Nicholas dragging Roscoe out to talk to some ancient monster.
That really shouldn't be interacted with at all.
That's just a sample. Trust me, Isabella and Lamar shook Braden down. So seriously, I'm sure we're going to get into some nonsense on Sunday. So join us then at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then back here on Tuesday, we will be right back at 8 p.m. Eastern with our second session of Season 2 of Phoenix's Call. So if you like what we're doing, give us a follow here on Twitch. If you might want to give us a subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get a subscription for free, one of them a month. You might consider giving that to us. Also, if you would like to support the players at this table, not me, Mama McStabber, I am one of the McStabbers. I don't get this, but the players, Ravinia, everybody else at the table gets this. You can give bits or donations. They go straight to the players. If you would like to support Shanky and myself, the studio itself, you can either subscribe here on Twitch or you can go give us a coffee. The links are in chat. And you can also hang out with us in Discord. This game was cast in our Discord server. Majority of our games, I'd say honestly, every game I run, every game Ravinia here runs, every game Shanky runs, we cast them on Discord. Also, one-shots run by Rev Ben Powers, cast on Discord. There's currently an open casting call right now for another session of Bro Hunters that Rev Ben Powers is running. Y'all, I played that. It was hilarious and fun. Y'all want to play that. So join us in Discord to sign up for that casting call. And definitely check out back content on YouTube. We have Windy City After Dark. We have all our other World of Darkness mage that Ravnos Archon down there ran is on our YouTube. Werewolf is there, prior seasons, and even the multi-shot that was the initial stream that Ravinia did that I was part of, and I was like, I got bit by the werewolf bug and I wanted to play werewolf more.
Yeah, welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell, population us.
Us.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter.
And definitely check out our friends' channels as well. Ravnos Archon here does game streaming. Ravnos, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you do?
Oh boy, I'm running a Vampire the Masquerade game. I'm currently juggling a D&D and Star Wars campaign on Fridays, and I am excited that Maui is such a difference from Eyes of the Creek, because I have been wanting to sit at a table and play some Werewolf instead of running it. So I'm excited to see where we're going.
Absolutely. It's going to be fantastic. And definitely check out our merch link that is in chat right now, because we do have some werewolf merch. It's from season 1. It's some amazing stuff in there. We also have merch for just the studio and other games that are streaming. Some fan requested merch was made. So please go check it out. And lastly, I'm going to lead us out with, if you have issues with depression, anxiety, other mental health concerns, we here at McStabber Studios take that stuff very seriously. I myself deal with it. I live in spite of it. And honestly, we want to make sure that you get what you need. Reach out to folks if you need some support. If you know of someone that has seemed withdrawn, reach out to them, check up on them, see how they're doing, because they might not be doing okay. And if you find that you don't have anyone to reach out to for support, right now in chat, there are numbers that you can text or call to get support based on your crisis needs. And if you are outside of the US, there is a link now called Find a Helpline that you can go click on that link and find support in over 140 countries. So please, please go get the help you need if you need it. We want you around a long time. And I'm Mama McStabber. I'm the nicest mean nurse you'll ever meet. Timber Brad here, meanest nice nurse you'll ever meet. We're going to tell you one last thing.
Get your damn shots.
That's right. Get your COVID shots. I get weekly updates on the pandemic because the work I do is just a step above public health. And honestly, y'all, if you haven't finished your series, finish your series. If you haven't gotten boosted, get boosted. If you haven't gotten shots at all, what the hell? Please go get it done, because the infections are happening to people that are either not vaccinated or not fully vaccinated the most. So please, 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 please go get that done with love. And we are done. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night. No cowards here. Stay strong.